Cosmans manufactures 500,000 tonnes a year of ruminant feed.
And we make feed for dairy cattle, beef cattle and sheep, so a lot of different raw materials are needed to formulate that finished product for different proteins and energy levels.
In the mill we take the raw materials in, blend them and then grind them and then repellet them. And then in the blend plants we mix them together, but there's no grinding, so it becomes a mixture of pellets and meals.
Safe animal feed is very much at the start of the human food chain, because our customers are producing milk or they might be producing lamb or beef, and clearly safe feed is an integral part of ensuring that safe food is the outcome on our customers' farms.
And that's required us to raise our game over the last 10, 15, 20 years, and you know, we really do take that seriously.
Traceability is very important, right from raw materials at origins, coming into the UK through the process on our sites, then delivery onto the customers' farms, and we are able to trace everything from start to finish.
We buy to a specification on each raw material, but inevitably with those natural products, the vast majority of cases, they vary considerably.
If a raw material came in that was heavily out on proteins or oils, it will affect the finished product. Could make it an illegal finished product, so we have to make sure that every raw material conforms to the standard.
We make sure that we have the most recent results each month to update our raw material matrix, so we're doing lots of analytical work one way and another to make sure that we've got the right numbers in our formulation system to make the right products to fit the needs of the customer. The majority of our standard analysis is done by NIR.
Our main task is use of NIR to test feed samples and forage samples.
We're looking for quality data, and NIR supplies that data.
The volume would be last year 4,500 feed samples and about the same again in forage, so large quantities.
The NIR really just determines the quality of the individual raw materials for us as they're coming onto site, and also enables us to track the quality of the feed we're delivering out. So the results will often be linked into the traceability process.
NIR is great for us because we're volume, so we need speed, but we also need accuracy. And with NIR, we just find it's great for that. Back in the old days, it was all test tubes.
I've worked for companies in the past where we didn't have NIR, and it got frustrating the length of time it took to get results.
Depending on the test, you could be waiting days for a result. The advantage of NIR, if need be, sample can come in and if you can do it there and then, it's minutes.
It's just literally as long as it takes to prepare and scan the sample, which would enable you to track a problem, track your actions to solve a problem, and then eventually reassure yourself that everything's okay.
We think we can get a more cost-effective set of results by having our own people running our own NIRs than we can by purely depending on wet chemistry.
It is all about knowing your raw materials, and NIR is a mechanism to enable you to achieve that. As you might imagine, the scale of our operation is a vast number of tests. We will be taking in a busy month something like 10, 12, 13, 14,000 tonnes around the group. By pooling all the numbers, we're able to make sure our database is the best database that we've got in terms of recentness of results. And that means that we can, and we often do, move our nutritional values every month. And that's where we get the benefit of the NIR in the bottom line, if you like.
You've got legal checks on the products that we make, so that we have to be within those limits.
So we have procedures in place which say that every load that comes onto site is sampled and recorded.
We get externally audited on each site once a year. Part of that is an audit of our quality systems, but also our quality control, and it's quite interesting, as auditors do seem quite impressed by the amount of data that we have, and that's because we run our own NIR machines.
In all the EU feed legislation there is a requirement for due diligence. NIR testing is the way forward with that, because you can have an awful lot of tests at relatively modest cost.
It's not labour intensive. We take a batch of samples which go through the NIR, we test the samples and export them into our Specman Gold programme.
We've been working with Ingot for a great number of years, and we use their calibration information, and obviously we also use the access to some of the key players in Ingot to keep us up to speed with technological developments.
So the big advantage now with the Specman Gold is straight onto email.
So everybody's getting to see all the results, and if we get any out of tolerance or anything like that, well, we can investigate. Specman
Gold gives us guidelines to instantly visually check if there is anything outside our normal parameters.
I actually put all the results into a pivot table for each site, so then I can actually look at them by product and by raw material.
On a busy day you'll do perhaps 30 to 60 samples. What I like about Ingot is the ability to do it well, do it quick, and be confident that the customers are happy with the results. Aunir have supplied us with the programme and calibrations for every individual raw material we use.
There's a lot of background work there to get the calibrations to the right level of accuracy, and certainly that's the sort of stuff we're looking for.
One thing we do with Aunir is a proficiency scheme. Aunir send us raw material samples every month, and we just find that's a big help, just to make sure that we can test with confidence that these raw materials are accurate.
We've been very happy with the way that they've helped us as the company has grown and changed, and the training that they provide.
Obviously they provide the expertise, but they're a company that you can go straight to. You can ring the person direct. Sometimes we might say have a software issue we're not sure with. We can ring up straight away and they will sort it out.
Comparing with different companies with different QC systems based on wet chemistry, the confidence that we've got from so much more data is considerable. So yes, it's been a good relationship.
It's a partnership, that's what it's about. We're doing the testing, but we need Aunir to supply that information for us, so we can know that we're online with all our products, that our testing is accurate.
We've been very happy in the past, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be very happy in the future. Yeah, we're looking forward to that.